The journey is conversations with ordinary people about stories of transformation and how we may have had setbacks in our life and how we persevered through those, how we've learned from those obstacles, and how they've maybe helped us on our path today.
Well, welcome to The Journey. My name is Kevin Polkey, and I am the host of The Journey. And today we are going to have a reflection. And I want to invite you into a question that the pastor at our church had asked us as a congregation yesterday. His name is Pastor Dan Hines, and he is the pastor at Bethesda Covenant Church in Rockford. And the question that he posed to us was, what is the good life? And invited us to pause for a moment and contemplate if we were able to dictate or orchestrate uh, the good life, what would that be? What would that look like? So I'd like to invite you to do the same right now. If you were in the midst of uh, living the good life, if all of a sudden you woke up from a good night's sleep, and when you awakened, you were in the midst of living what you believe is the good life, what would that look like? What would it be like? What would you be doing? How would you be viewing your world as well as the outside world? Some people may have, may what comes to mind is that they would like to be able to achieve certain things and then be well known for that. Or maybe they would like to uh, win the have a large sum of money, and money would be no concern from a standpoint of being debt free and having as much money as you would need to buy whatever you would like or do whatever you would like to do. Or maybe it was a promotion at work, or maybe the opposite. It would be retirement and not needing to work or no longer be working. Maybe it would be, instead of going to vacation in that certain place, you would now be living there. I think about the idea that if we were living the good life as we believe, that if we started thinking about whatever that thing that we would like it to be, and we start living it as if it's already happened, is it possible that we would get there and be there already? Is it possible that instead of it being about the particular outcome of it, but it would be more about the process or the journey getting there? I remember talking to a friend of mine before he was retiring. We were talking about it. It was maybe a year to 18 months out from when he had picked the date in which he was going to retire. And we talked about transitioning into retirement versus going from working 4 to 5 days a week to transitioning into maybe only working 3 days a week and not working as long of hours. And that for a year plus, he transitioned into retirement versus working all the way up to retirement like he had the previous 10 to 15 years. The question was, what would you be doing if you were retired that you're not able to do now? How do we start building that in? For him, it was about uh, every weekend was a 4-day weekend because he only worked Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That that something magical wasn't going to happen on the day of retirement. It was about how to move into that space of living it already. Or if it's, well, I'd spend more time with family or friends when I'm retired. Well, what could we do to build that into your weekly, daily schedule now? I think for me, when the question was posed and we had a time to reflect, what I most thought of regarding the good life for me didn't have to do with possessions, didn't have to do with status or prosperity. It had to do with relationships, relationships with my family, my most immediate family with Diane and I, and our kids and their partners, as well as extended family, and the friendships that we have created over the 33 plus years that Diane and I have been together. That for me, a big aspect of the life that I consider to be good in a lot of ways is the good fortune that I have right now. Maybe it's more about the question and asking yourself the question than it is even about a specific answer. So I'll ask again, if you had the opportunity to awaken from a good night's sleep and you found yourself in the living the good life, what would that be for you? As always, I appreciate you being here. If you think there was any value in this particular episode, please like it and then share it with someone who you think might benefit from it as well. As always, thank you for being here, and I look forward to being with you next week.